Dreadnought.
Woo!
Yeah!
Multi-genre metal band of sorts. How would you guys describe your sound?
Well, we don't think we're really a band, is the thing.
Yeah, it's more of a micro ensemble.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
Lots of stuff. We just have so many different influences and different things that we like to listen to. We try to incorporate all of it.
Right.
Yeah, if we start putting a label on it, then, you know, we're going to put ourselves in a pigeonhole. So.
Right.
We actually change our genre every time someone asks.
Yeah.
Oh, what was some of the ones? We had a couple good names.
I think Elevator Sludge is the one we stick
Elevator
with the most.
Satanic Country Fudge?
Yeah.
Blackened Jangle Pop?
Vegetarian
Jangle
adiabatic Bardcore?
I wish we sounded like that.
That's
That would be
awesome.
awesome.
Alright,
we got a new direction
we gotta
to go.
up the farts.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
awesome.
We're going in a new direction with the fart stuff, but yeah. We'll
That
see how
stuff's
it
still in the works. I mean,
Right.
it's still very, very young. And
Right.
It's at an infant stage, so.
Right.
Not a lot of venues can even handle the kind of sound that we're trying to put out right now. So.
Right.
I mean, just think
Oh,
dubstep
yeah.
times a million. Yeah, more farts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, clearly your music has a lot going on in it. That's safe to say.
Yeah, definitely.
And can you talk about how, amongst all the many clear influences that you have, how does metal fit into it? You know, are you guys metal fans, or at least partial metal fans, or?
That one.
This guy.
Yeah.
Not that one.
These dudes.
That's really our roots, is we were a black metal band, really, a blackened death metal band, if you will, when we first started out, and we were just
Yeah, back
wee
in
lads.
Castigation.
We had braces and long
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
we started that when we were like 16, and Lauren was in a band that we played with pretty frequently. So Kelly and Jordan and I were all in Castigation. Lauren was in a band called Recondite that was actually, you know, one of the bands that we played with about once a month, I think. And yeah, back at the Black Sheep in Colorado Springs. And we all ran into each other up here in Denver, and Lauren came to one of our shows that we were playing as Castigation. And,
we
you
weren't
know,
metal anymore.
Yeah, but we were definitely, I mean, we still listen to a lot of metal.
Mhm.
But we definitely listen to a lot of like prog rock and like jazz and pretty much anything that sounds good to us.
Folk and
folk.
Funk,
Yeah.
man.
Funk, yes.
Bring the funk.
But we were very much like as
Hip-hop.
Castigation, as he was saying, we were definitely way more metal influenced and kind of wanted to stick to that. And then eventually we kind of got out of that pigeonhole and started playing other things.
I think I ruined everything.
Lauren ruined everything. Adding keys ruined everything.
She's
We always-
just generally a shithead. So, yeah,
We always wanted keys in our sound, so it's really appropriate, because our vocalist wouldn't do it. He thought it would step down his vocal performance. So now
and
that we
not add
actually
to the
are,
metals.
right now that we're getting not only the keys, but the vocals times 2, and maybe times 3 or 4 within the next couple albums.
Oh, yeah.
So.
A lot of your stuff reminds me of like the first few King Crimson records, like that really symphonic,
Yep.
a lot of
Yeah.
instruments going on, a lot of woodwinds, a lot of things like that, and piano and that. So, are you guys influenced by that era of prog rock?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We decided we want to do a cover of Thick as a Brick, like Dreadnought style.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Heavier.
Yes is definitely a huge one.
Mhm.
Like when we were doing our photo shoot, we had like Fragile and like Relayer and Close to the Edge playing like the whole time, just like a mix of it, and it was one of the most comfortable like things that I've ever been a part of, and I was expecting it to be all this like, we're taking pictures, look at my smile. Because I'm not a model. Kelly is, but yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of prog,
Right.
definitely love it.
Ever since I've been a kid, I've been a fan of both metal and prog, very much so, and I've always felt that they kind of go hand in hand.
Oh,
Do
totally.
you guys feel that way too?
Oh,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. The amount of bridges that you can make there is just infinite. Like
Right.
it's almost like walking or brushing your teeth. You know,
Right.
it's very very simple to do. So.
Right. So many paths to go down.
Exactly.
Exploring to do.
A lot of technicalities are very similar as well, just the way the music's written, I feel, as well.
Right.
Goddamn phone!
Unprofessional.
Jeez.
I silenced my phone before this.
Apologies. The fits kind of in with the chaotic music discussion now, I guess.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Whistling,
It was a
whistling,
nice
yeah.
progression, you know, it was good.
Yeah.
The trick is you got to be the right distance from the microphone to whistle, so that it's not just
Right.
you going, you know, because that'll pick.
Yeah. Some of your stuff even sort of reminds me of Disco Volante, the Mr. Bungle record. Not so
okay.
much the
Oh.
chaoticness of it, but just that there's so much going on and so many instruments and things like that. Are you familiar with that record?
Familiar with Mr. Bungle and Mike Patton in general,
Right.
but yeah, not that record in particular.
It's one to check out.
I'll look into it. Have you heard his stuff with Mel Banana? Mike Patton?
Yes,
with Mel
yes, I
Banana?
have.
Mike,
Yeah.
he did stuff with Milk Banana?
He did, yeah.
I didn't
it's
know that. I
amazing.
love
He,
Mel
like,
Banana.
he's like, they're like conducting them and like, yeah, it's,
Nice.
it's so fantastic.
That sounds
It's like the
awesome.
noisiest, craziest thing ever. They're like doing like a choral thing and yeah.
I'll have to
Love it.
If you had to, like, if you were forced somehow to say what, say, your biggest 3 influences were, what would those probably be? I won't try to say one, because
Barry White.
We're
Barry
gonna name
White.
off 10 actually. It's gonna happen.
We'll go with
Dead Can
Britney
Dance.
Spears.
Britney Spears.
And
Or Britney Spears.
oh gosh, who's that other one, Jordan, that you're always talking about?
John Legend?
Yes, John Legend. That's the one. Yeah. No, probably
Like,
Moon Sorrow.
Moon Sorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, probably. Lots of. That's just me personally.
Mhm.
All
It's
keyboard
different for
stuff.
everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd say Dead Can Dance is probably one of my biggest influences recently.
Opeth is pretty big for all of us.
Mhm.
Opeth.
We all kind of,
Opeth.
grew up with Opeth for sure.
King
Awesome
Crimson is
band.
pretty big for me at least. Probably for Kelly.
When you
Yeah.
say genres, how about folk metal, Opeth metal, and
Opeth metal.
Right.
It was really POD that turned me on to the guitar.
Nice.
Youth of Nation.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what
Satellite.
what is your discography to date? Do you have full length?
Oh, we just have the one album, Life
Okay.
Woven. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're working on a second right now.
Mhm.
And it's shaping up pretty nicely.
Nice. And when is that supposed to be released?
We don't really have a date
She's
because
still
we
on the
just
way.
kind of started writing it. So we have one song done, and then we're working on another. But we're gonna try and focus on the writing a lot more on this one, and just try to really perfect everything and do more vocally with it as well. So probably we're planning on touring in summer 2014 in July. So after that, we'll probably go into the studio because we probably have enough material by then. But that's just tentative.
Nice.
And then it'll take another probably 6 months to release it.
Yeah.
Do you plan on playing a lot of other local shows in the meantime? Or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, not every weekend.
No.
But probably 1 or 2 a month.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned Castigation. What other bands? I know there's some other bands that you have connections with in the scene, if I'm not mistaken.
Some ancient ties are those Space Animals.
Oh,
was
man,
that band,
those Space
She
Animals.
sang for one of the bands. That's one of them. Who else was?
I play in Stoked Ascension. That's one
Yeah,
of
there
them.
you go.
And then,
And then Hamel as well.
yeah, I just started a grind band. I'm excited. I'm gonna run.
No
I'm gonna
way.
go around and just do vocals because I don't want to focus on anything else. So just to be like.
Okay, song's over.
Yep,
Nice.
pretty much.
He's got a project that's kind of like a spacey electro metal thing called Robot Peanut Butter, is it?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
That's
Nice.
good. Yeah, I like those movies. Those are cool.
It's good stuff.
I
Yeah.
like that as a genre name. That works.
Nice. I should have asked this before, but what are each of your roles in the band specifically?
Oh yeah, this is a good time. Do you want our names too? Is that what
Well, you
you're
kind of mentioned your names, but if you want to introduce yourselves formally, that's totally cool. It's up to you.
All right, fantastic.
Okay, I'll start. My name is Jordan, and I'm the sax percussionist in the band.
Nice.
And that sums up everything that I do.
That's a great description. I love it.
I'm Kevin. I'm the mando bassist
And the accountant.
and the and I'm the lyricist as well.
Nice.
But it doesn't flow as well with Mando bases.
It doesn't, man.
I'm Lauren. I do only keyboards and I fuck around a lot. That's my entire job.
Nice.
She sings.
And she sings really
That's
pretty.
Yeah.
I sing when I screw up practice.
She does dorky things. Generally, the comedic element of the band.
Yeah, she is our comedic element, definitely.
Nice.
I'm Kelly, and I'm the, what is it, flutarist.
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 Excellent.
And vocalist, but it doesn't
We
There's
should.
a flow as well.
Right.
It's an auxiliary role anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So the Denver metal scene is pretty rich and varied, and how do you guys sort of feel about how it's evolved and how it is at this point and where it's going and how you fit into it? You've kind of already talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that Denver has, which is really cool. So what we try to do, we try to jump on metal bills. We try to play with, like, we played a folk bill the other day that went really
that
well.
went so well.
And there's just a lot. There's a lot of bands. There's a lot of good music, both in metal and in just so many different genres. So it's cool to be a part of it.
I think people are really opening their minds to the city.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not like there's like a niche for every single band to be in. It's like everybody love everybody right now.
Right.
So,
Nice.
Appreciate that.
definitely. A lot better than it was a couple years ago, for sure.
I've noticed that even the metal scene regulars all are fans of other music and go to other shows and talk about other music, even though you might always see them in a metal shirt or whatever. They're actually pretty well rounded.
Keep your
So
mind open, man.
yeah.
Yeah, and even all the people that go to shows are really nice. It's kind of a big family. There's just like a ton of people that always come out to shows now that you just know and you're just friends with. So it's really cool to have that.
Yeah, and it's like not a pain in the ass to like go see your friends' bands because they're all good at this point. I feel like we've like evolved enough so that it's not like, yeah, are you going to the Throne of Belial show? Yeah. Yes, they're really good. You know, like they're fantastic. It's honestly like a great time to go support your friends. So,
Yeah, their CD release show a couple weeks ago was good.
Oh, yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So good, and everyone was in costume.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, we're big fans of Dead Temple as well. So.
They were pretty good too as well.
I've seen them a few times, but those guys are great. That was a fun show.
Yeah,
They have a lot of
definitely-
energy, which is really cool.
They
do.
pump that occult vibe for sure.
For sure.
Very good fit for Throne of Belial.
And they really put on a show as well. Like a lot of bands just kind of get out and play, which is cool. But like they actually really put
They
on
got
a
like
show.
the goat skulls on
Yeah,
each
yeah,
side.
exactly.
Yeah, it's way fun.
Definitely. So anyway, well, is there anything else that you would like to share with fans or would-be fans of Dreadnought?
I love you.
We love you.
Seriously though, if you have an extra instrument that you play that's not an electric guitar and you're thinking about adding it into metal, do it because it pays off in dividends.
Yeah, we'll probably want session musicians for this album too, because we had some sessions for the last album on saxophone and trumpet.
Everything.
If you have
Vibraphone.
if you have one of
didgeridoo.
those, any like
Yeah.
sweet percussive
Yeah.
instruments, like please hit us up.
Ooh.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And if you want to let Jordan play on them with you,
Be our friend.
hook it up.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask. How did you get on this Arcana show?
We had our CD released here a little bit ago, and then I just kind of saw it and asked Jason if we could get on it.
Oh, cool.
And they were looking for like all local bands for this tour, so luckily we got to them in time for it to not be fully booked. But
Right. Are you fans of Arcana?
I haven't listened to them a whole lot, but like once getting on the show, I kind of listened to them a little bit more, and I really like it. And I'm excited to see them. I hear they put on a really good show.
I was really surprised because like back when I first heard them, I remember them being like a Leaves' Eyes style like folky poppy metal band, and like when I was like, oh, so we got put on this Arcana show, so I was like, man, I haven't heard them in 6 years, so I'll check them out, and like I was blown away. It's actually like really good like Nikura Boonjet style like proggy folky stuff. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be tasty.
Tasty. Very tasty.
It's gonna be tasty.
Sounds delicious.
Indeed.
Christ. But yeah, when we actually played that marquee show, the CD release, we totally filled this place, and it was fantastic. I mean, I was so excited. Definitely the most people we've ever played in front of, largely.
Sorry.
Someone's dismantling the marquee. Excuse us.
There's a saw going on above there.
It's actually a prison escapee. So, yeah.
Someone's trying to scratch their way out of the marquee.
It's the dungeon. We are in a basement. So.
Yeah. Anything else for you, gentlemen?
Well, we just want to thank you for taking the time to chat with us.
Absolutely.
We are metal fans, and so But I am glad that we had a chance to finally meet you guys. We've been making our way through the scene to try to talk to as many local bands as possible. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome, and
Thanks
thanks
for
for having
having
us.
us.
And
Yeah.
thanks for listening to our music and giving us
Absolutely.
this opportunity as well.
And have a fantastic show tonight.
Woo!
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
Oh,
We're glad you made it out.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Cool.